just putting together like, just stuff for the communities. And it's not even gotta be a certain community, just in ways where, we can be impactful and, teach people like, yo, if this is your gift, a lot of people hide their gifts because like, I'm not really about to do this, maybe because they're not confident, right? I just want to, maybe have something, I don't know, every Saturday or Friday, everybody comes together, leave us in a park. Let's have like these talks or, on what's going on in your life. Let's do it.
How did you get into acting?
Man, I got into acting. I was in North Carolina for a year, right? I was at this prep school. We was like, which is a prep school is basically like another year of like high school in a way, but for like if you want to play like basketball and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And it was like an all guys like prep school. And every night we used to watch movies, like different movies. And like, a few of the people like, man, I can see I can see Mike doing, this acting stuff. I'm like, man, whatever. Who acts? Don't nobody act. Nobody act cool, you know what I mean? Because, just knowing at that time, like, I really didn't watch movies like that. I watched movies, but I wasn't, like, really, like, into them like that. And then I was like, man, after really sitting on it for, like, 3 or 4 months, I was like, man, maybe I should really try this acting thing. So once I left the prep school, which was in North Carolina, so I was in Raleigh for a year, Raleigh and Durham. Once I left there, I came back to Kentucky. I told Mom, I said, Mom, I'm about to do this acting thing. And she was like, Mom's behind me. She support everything I do. I appreciate my mother. She said, I'm behind you. So my aunt, she was in Chicago. Mm-hmm. I called her. I was like, listen, I really don't know, anything about acting, but there's a school up there. It's Columbia. And I was like, man, I'm gonna go there. I heard they got like an acting program and stuff like that. So when I called her, she said, yeah, no, definitely come up here. I went up there and, I went to the acting school. And like I said, I didn't really know anything, you know what I mean? Because, being where I'm from, which is Covington, Kentucky, it's not really like stuff that's like art field in a way. Like, it's like, all right, sports or nothing else. Yeah. That's the only thing they give us, for real. They ain't never showed us about no really like, hey, you can do dancing over here, you can do acting over here, you can do poetry writing over here. These like type of, stuff that I experienced while I was in Chicago. So being up there really allowed me to like blossom into the artist that I am today.
Right.
So that's how I really got into acting.
Who were some of your biggest influences?
On the acting side, my favorite actor of all time is Al Pacino. You know what I'm saying? I love Al Pacino, man.
Really?
Yeah, I love Al Pacino. You can't beat like Denzel, Dustin Hoffman, Jack Nicholson, all these legends, De Niro. But as far as like inspiration, like really, I'm really inspired by my peers. That's what inspired me. Like, you inspired me, like you doing the camera, like just seeing somebody else come up. I think just seeing somebody go from like point A to point B, that inspires me. It's like, wow. I want to know what your path gonna lead to.
Yeah.
It's like, just know, like, at the end of the day, if nobody else ain't looking, I am. I'm really paying attention to what you're doing. So I'm like, all right, let me keep going because they doing their thing. And he just got the new camera. Let me make sure let me see if I can, play with the camera or whatever like that. Let me see, just go harder with that. So it's been fun. It's been fun. That's what inspires me, though.
If you were to make a song or if you were out to make a film, how do you approach both of them differently?
They intertwine. Like, if I'm doing acting, depending on what type of like role it is or whatever, it's certain music that I would just listen to. Depending on what it is, it might just be like all 80s music, like pop or soul or neo soul. So it really intertwined. And when I approach the music, I really just approach the music just as far as a vibe. You know what I mean? What I would like to listen to. That's how I make music. I'm like free in both realms. Mm-hmm. But it's a certain discipline that I have when I'm acting. Mm-hmm. It's just like certain like details in music. I just kind of just like, look, I'm just gonna, this is how I'm feeling it, and this is, whatever. Acting, I trust my instincts, so they intertwine. Like survival skills is you gotta be on point. Right. I think people just really rock with me just because of my code of conduct, because I know who I am. I mean, that's it. I don't really try to be nobody else. I just like, man, this is like, what you see is what you get. I don't really try to fake the funk. That ain't me. So I think that's really like, maybe, I don't know if that's like a Covington thing or just a me thing, just me being like a leader of men in a way. But Covington really did influence that because, like I said, we was putting like so many tests in the city where it's like, go ahead, you can go over this way, or you can go the other way and go the other way. And I was like, man, I'm always thinking for myself. So
Right.
if I want to get into the bullshit, I want to get into the bullshit. You know what I mean? If I don't want to. I'm not about to be peer pressure just because everybody else is doing it. I think that's what Covington really impacted me on, as far as showing me like decision making. Just decision making and knowing, like, staying true to who you are. You don't have to do this because everybody else is doing this. I love Covington. I couldn't be here though because it's too small. I'm like a whale, and it's like a pond, and you never see a whale in a pond. That's why I was like, man, it don't work like that.
Taking a story like Shakespeare or Macbeth, and it not really being for that type of crowd, the urban crowd, how did you guys really get in there and create a new storyline for a new audience?
First of all, I want to say Murder in Macbeth was an amazing experience. Like, so many people came out. What we did, in a way, which I felt like, personally, feel like it's the best play this year, right? But we intertwined, like, Shakespeare with right now. You know what I mean? Where you can understand it. You know, usually when you look at Shakespeare, for people who don't know Shakespeare, when I first looked at it, I'm like, this is really boring to me. Like, how we mix it up, we just mixed it with the dynamics of what's going on right now. We incorporated dance, we incorporated hip-hop, we incorporated, man, when they had them Popeye chicken sandwiches, we incorporated that. So we just really intertwined all of that stuff, and I don't think it really would have came together how it was supposed to be if we didn't have really the amazing cast. Like, everybody in there was like just simply amazing. You know, we brought it to life, and that's the crazy thing about it. You heard it was amazing and you didn't come. You know, what it is, what it is. I digress. I would love to put together establishments for the youth, especially like if it's, you know, art field, as far as like, you know, having, you know, these younger kids, even older, just putting together like, you know, just stuff for the communities. And it's not even got to be a certain community, just in ways where, you know, we can be impactful and, you know, teach people like, yo, if this is your gift. A lot of people hide their gifts because, like, I'm not really about to do this, maybe because they're not confident, right? I just want to, you know, I would love to maybe have something, I don't know, every Saturday or Friday, everybody come together, even if it's in a park. Let's have like these talks, or, you know, on what's going on in your life. What's your skill? What's something that you do that you really wish you can do or you don't normally do? Why aren't you doing that? Because, like, I feel like as you know, once we get older, some people are like, man, my time is up. But it's just like, how is your time up?
Yeah.
I mean, you living. Your time is nothing. Is, you know what I mean? And it's just basically like, I would love to do that. So that's really in my future. Investing, making music, being like the best actor I can be, and just really keep inspiring people. So, yeah.
Just kicked it with the homies, gone and we lit. They say talk is cheap, but every word costs a grip. Yeah, I'm trying to get it, get some buildings, then I flip it. Then I do it all again and give investments to my children. I ain't playing, nigga. I got a plan, nigga. I want that generation wealth. Fuck them bands, nigga. Over my
we was really talking about the support situation, right? And it's weird because at the end of the day, nobody really owes you any support, right? But the support that you do get, it's like, if you support me, you get nothing but infinite love from me for like all time. Just know I remember stuff like that because it's like, that's just real genuine. Because at the end of the day, you didn't have to do that. Even though I'm obligated to support you, you know what I mean? Even though we get into like I know sometimes I'm like, man, but it's like, they ain't show love or nothing like that. But it's like, at the end of the day, it is what it is. You know what I mean? It's like, some people really don't really like seeing you doing good. They only like seeing you doing good to a certain extent.